What's up, guys? ChaseOliver68 here, bringing you another Q&A. Thank you guys for sending in all the questions. Keep on sending in your questions via inboxing me here on YouTube or tweeting me at Twitter at ChaseOliver68. So let's get started with the questions. GTA Killer 31298 asked me, what did you think of Deuce and Domino? What if they were still in the WWE today? Deuce and Domino was just another standard tag team that the WWE tried to force down our throats. And honestly, if they were still in the WWE today, look at what happened to Sim Snuka. They wouldn't really go far. None of these people, no one in Deuce and Domino was really meant to become a serious competitor because they never really got repackaged great. It was like when I was discussing about the Spirit Squad, a couple Q&As back, how they were trying to make Kenny Dykstra into some serious character after he just came out of the Spirit Squad. Deuce and Domino was kind of a jokey of a tag team, and you're trying to make them serious all of a sudden just because like Sim Snuka is wearing like a tank top and black jeans now. Like, I'm sorry, it wasn't working for me, and that's why Deuce and Domino is no longer in the WWE. But I believe Domino, he's doing some funny stuff nowadays. He's doing good stuff on the independent, so good for him. The Savvy Yes Man asked me, since you like video games so much, have you ever thought about doing a Let's Play or gaming channel here on YouTube? Yeah, I've thought about it, Savvy Yes Man. When I get an actual steady job that can provide good income for me, because I don't have a steady job. I kind of just have, hearsay jobs like, oh, come here, we need some work to be done. And I go, okay. And, most of that paycheck goes to groceries, the bills, and all that other stuff. So really, to be honest, if I ever get a steady job where it's like, I get paid good money every week and there's an opportunity where I can pretty much, use the money to buy a capture card device, I will do that. I will do that because I've been wanting to do Let's Plays and stuff like that. Like, I have a bunch of PS2 games that I would love to Let's Play. But with all these HD remakes coming out, like, it's really hard because it's like, should I get the HD remake or should I stick with what I have? I've been wanting to Let's Play for a while. I think I would do good at it. Probably some people won't think would do good at it, but I would do good at it. I would have a lot of fun Let's Playing for you guys. So I'd play a lot of fun games. I'd be playing GTA San Andreas and sucking dick at it. You guys will see me playing GTA San Andreas and you'll be like, man, Chase, you suck. And I'm going to be like, yeah, I know. I'm not the best at GTA games. My homie, Gerald Harold, the king of Nigeria, asked me. Gerald Harold, question number 1. What does ChaseOliver68 think of Floyd Mayweather became a wrestler? Asked by Gerald Harold. I would love Floyd Mayweather as a wrestler. Floyd Mayweather is one of my favorite boxers. I think he has natural charisma, natural just everything. And I feel he would work good in the ring if he was trained properly. I feel that he would just bring a different style to the WWE, a fun, different, fast style. And I think he would do great as a WWE wrestler, in my personal opinion. World Herald question number 2. What does Chase Oliver 68 thinks of Legends of WrestleMania game on the PS3 and 360? Asked by World Herald. That's a very underrated game, World Herald. Very underrated game. I really did like the game. The combat and the finishing moves was kind of lame, but it was cool how you could put the SmackDown versus Raw 2009 roster into, the game. It was awesome. It was like, oh my god, now I can have all these characters. Like, you could do dream matches like Ted DiBiase versus his father, DiBiase Sr. You could do Cena versus Hogan, and there were fun matches. The game itself was challenging. It got repetitive at times. The movement and the system wasn't similar to SmackDown versus Raw, but what I liked about it, it was challenging and it felt more arcadey, and it didn't have to feel realistic. When I play a video game, I want to still have some arcadey features to it. I don't want it to feel like it's too damn real. I mean, realism in video games is not always a great thing. So I really thought, it did a great job for what it was. So very underrated game. Good question, Raul Harold, about Legends of WrestleMania. Raul Harold, question number 3. What does Chase Oliver68 think about the haters like Leon Pasqualoni and Leon and Leon and Leon? That's my Raul Harold. This is why he's my dude. I love you, Raul Harold. King of fucking Nigeria, dude. I don't know why Leon hates me. He still hates me. In fact, we have a Leon hate mail coming up soon. So be ready, World Herald. He still has it. But what do I think about the haters? They're just going to hate. They're going to keep on hating. But I know there's people out there that like to support me and like to support these videos and by watching them and giving me questions every week. Like, these questions wouldn't be coming without you guys. Like, without you guys sending in questions, I would have no show to literally put on. So I like to thank you guys mostly for being able to send in questions every week. Like, it's like shows that you guys take time out of your lives just to send in a question. And I don't know if these questions come up on the fly because some of you guys write very interesting questions. So like I don't mind Leon. I find him a funny little character on the show that I can bash just because he asks idiotic questions mostly. But I find it fun that he asks questions because it makes the show have something different. It's like, oh, the hater of the week goes to Leon because he asks hateful questions. So it's pretty funny at times. So thank you, though, Real Hero, for asking that awesome question. Sasuke Aizen, and I think I said that right this time. Why do you like Piccolo? Why is Piccolo your favorite from Dragon Ball Z? Piccolo is my favorite from Dragon Ball Z because I like Dragon Ball. And I felt he was one of the better villains in Dragon Ball. And I know people are like, no, that was his father, Chase. I know that, but I felt his story, how he was in Dragon Ball was a great story. And I really liked his fight with Goku in Dragon Ball. And I liked how in Dragon Ball Z, how he was kind of like the mentor to Gohan. And like all of a sudden, this evil king that had no emotions that killed a farmer family when he was a young baby, and his main mission was to kill Goku in Dragon Ball. Like all of a sudden, he sacrificed his life for a little kid, and it just showed like Piccolo, like he was always like a father figure to a lot of people, and he was always the guy that everyone could rely on, even though he wasn't the strongest, even though he couldn't become a Super Saiyan or a Super Saiyan Jin for all the Japanese fans. Pretty much it's just like he was someone that had a background to it. He was someone that is pretty much had a great character development and someone that was just a total badass throughout the whole show. But he is my favorite just because he was just like always Mr. Reliable. Like everyone can turn to Piccolo and be like, hey, that's Piccolo. What is your favorite saga of Dragon Ball Z and why? Ooh, that's a good one. My favorite saga of Dragon Ball Z would have to be... Now, see, I get my sagas mixed up a lot. I'm not going to lie. I get my sagas mixed up a lot. I mostly base each saga based on the villain. Like, I know the Saiyan saga is with Vegeta and Nappa and Raditz, but no one really cares about Raditz. I don't know what they call the Frieza saga, mostly because I think it broke up a little bit. Like, I know there's a Namek saga. The Android saga, had Dr. Gero, Android 17, 18, and 16. Cell Saga, Cell Game Saga, I believe that was World Tournament Saga. Then afterwards, after the World Tournament Saga, I believe it was Babidi Saga, then Boo Saga, then Super Boo Saga. No, I don't think Super Boo got a saga. I think it was just Fusion Boo Saga. And then after Fusion Boo Saga, it was Kid Buu saga. I'm not 100% sure, but my favorite saga in Dragon Ball Z would have to be the Frieza saga when they're on Namek. I just loved everything about the Frieza saga. Vegeta's character really got to shine in this. How he was always wanting to become a Super Saiyan, and he tried so hard, but like no matter what Vegeta could do, after every time he was getting his ass beat by Frieza, it was just like, oh my goodness, he just couldn't become a Super Saiyan. It has one of my favorite moments with Piccolo where he syncs with Nail and he gets Nail's power and he comes out to beat Frieza in their second form. I felt Gohan really evolved in this season. Krillin was still useless. We got introduced to Dende, who ended up becoming a sort of major presence in the Dragon Ball Z universe, being the new Guardian of the Earth. I felt Goku was just awesome with the fight with Frieza. That's one of my favorite fights of all time is Goku and Frieza, but I'm more of a fan of the Goku and Kid Buu fight. I always loved that Goku and Kid Buu fight, but the Frieza saga when they were fighting Frieza, like that whole scene where Vegeta was taking a nap and pretty much Krillin and Gohan sneak off with the Dragon Balls and they have Dende make the 2 wishes and then all of a sudden the Guru dies and the Dragon Balls freeze on the 3rd wish, so... Yeah, that's my favorite saga of all time with Dragon Ball Z. I don't know if it's the Namek saga or just the Frieza saga, but that's my favorite saga in Dragon Ball Z. And his final question is, what did you think of Broly, the legendary Super Saiyan? Broly was cool his first movie, but then they fucked him up the next 2. Like, okay, Broly Returns, I believe it was called. Okay, it was cool, but Broly just got his ass beat by some bullshit. I didn't find him as cool as he did with in the legendary Super Saiyan Broly. I just felt that like there's no way this guy should have lost to like just this stupid Kamehameha and then Bio Broly. Oh, I ain't gonna talk about Bio Broly. That just raped the Broly character. Whatever was left in the Broly character just died on that day. So yeah, that's pretty much it. But yeah, I wasted a lot of time talking about Dragon Ball Z. Thank you for the questions. Come on, Ron Soul asked me, what did you think of Lay Cool? Awesome woman's faction. It was amazing. I loved Lay Cool. Layla was hot that time, and Michelle McCool, she just couldn't do no wrong. When is Stacy Keibler returning to the WWE and teaming up with DB? Sean's View Entertainment said that. Sean's View Entertainment's an idiot, but there is rumors Stacy Keibler is returning to the WWE, but those are just rumors. Rumors can also end up not being true whatsoever. So let's not put in 100% stock that Stacy Keibler is returning to the WWE. And which, God, my contacts are fucking up, so I'm trying to read this question out. Which was the worst pain you've ever felt in your whole entire life? When this one kid in a wrestling match dropped me on my neck and I hurt my back. That was the worst pain I've ever felt in my life. Or when the doctor put a catheter in me. If you guys don't know what a catheter is, look it up. Keen Romeo asked me, what did you think of what do you think about Stacy Keibler returning to the WWE? Why will she return? What's the fucking point? She's too fucking old now, and it's PG, so she can't show her ass. I agree with you. Everything you just said there. What's the point if she does return? I do 100% agree with you. I mean, she ain't gonna be wearing her mini skirts. I mean, that was the one thing about Stacey Keibler. She was just fun to look at. She's not really that great of a talent, but fun to look at. That's for sure. Her and Tori Smith. Whew. I missed 2004 and 2003. Will Steen ever come to the WWE? Yep, he will. WWE is in love with Sting. They'll pay him oodles of bullshit money just to have him be there. So, yes. What year will Undertaker be inducted into the Hall of Fame? I think he should be inducted next year. Next year, I think he should for WrestleMania 30. Hell yeah. 21 wins at WrestleMania out of all the 30. That's Hall of Fame worthy. That should be awesome. That should be in the Hall of Fame this year. Undertaker, I think, should be inducted in 2013, but I feel like they'll either induct him in 2015 or it depends. If they're in Texas next year after 30, I think he could go into the Hall of Fame after 30. I think he can. So hopefully soon. I would love to see Taker in the Hall of Fame. He deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. He's just one of the best of all time. Thank you for the questions. Let me fix my contacts real quick. Oh, no, I clicked on the wrong one. Final Limits 1 asked me questions. What are your thoughts on when the Great Khali made his debut and owned The Undertaker in 2006? I was freaking out because I remember the dude from the Longest Yard. He was in the Longest Yard, but I just remember freaking out because this dude was tall as hell. And like Undertaker, he's a big dude, and you just see Great Khali just being bigger than The Undertaker. I was just like, oh my goodness, this dude is huge. I was like, oh, this is so tight. Oh my goodness. And oh god, that was I just thought it was an amazing thing what they did. And the WWE at the time was just bringing in Great Khali and just being that type of monster. His next question is, what did you think of Trent Beretta's new name of Greg Mercutio or whatever the fuck it is on TNA? I don't know why he just didn't use Trent Beretta. That's all I really gotta say about that because it wasn't an interesting name. And then his final question is, have you ever got into a fight with your next door neighbor, you or your parents? And yeah, let's see. Have I ever gone into a fight with my neighbor? No, I've always had good neighbors. These neighbors right here, they fight with each other. This shit's entertaining. These two neighbors fight all the time. Like they always fight. But my first neighbor that I ever had was this nice Christian lady that baked me pies, so I never hated her. The second neighbor I had was this weird old dude that literally sprayed me with a hose for some reason, and I never really liked him, but I never got into a physical fight with him. my parents never got into a fight with them, and these neighbors right here, me and my mom kind of find enjoyment when she was living here. We find enjoyment just watching these people bicker all the time. We found it funny. So, yeah, never got into a fight with my neighbors. So, yeah, I guess, I don't know. Have you gone into a fight with your neighbors? Because I've never gone into a fight with my neighbors. Nintendo Fire Fanboy 1969 asked me, what WWE divas would you date, past and present? I'll answer one for the past. Past, I would date Lita because I'm a sucker for beautiful redheads and brunettes. And present, I would go with Brie Bella, just because I think I would have a chance with her. Did you hear that Stacy Keibler will return to the WWE? Why? Seriously, let's be honest. Okay, he's pretty much with everyone else with Stacy Keibler. And yes, I have heard pretty much just most of this Q&A. Most of these questions are with Stacy Keibler. Yes, I heard, and I agree with what someone said. She can't show her ass. She's older now, so who honestly cares? What did you think of Brian Kendrick and Paul London? What's up, Ruff? That's my dog. Brian Kendrick and Paul London was a good tag team. In all honesty, I never saw any of them being future main eventers. This is where the Cruiserweight title would have very benefited them, but Paul London was like a multiple-time Cruiserweight champion, wasn't really doing much. In all honesty, they were a good tag team, very good talents in their own rights. Brian Kendrick obviously is an interesting individual in his own rights. So, yeah, they were solid, but they were not anything I was blown away by. That's for sure. All right, so let's get up to Gio Neo. Have you ever watched Boy Meets World? Who hasn't watched Boy Meets World? That is the fucking question. Yes, I love Boy Meets World. What did you think of Marvel vs. Capcom games? Very fucking fun games. Quarters for days, my friend. Quarters for games. What are your thoughts on the Tekken games? Tekken games, I'm not a fan of Tekken in all honesty. Their combos are kind of weird to me. Not a huge fan of Tekken, but they are good fighting games. They're not terrible, but I don't think they're the best fighting games around, in my personal opinion. But Marvel vs. Capcom is fucking awesome. Joel Pipico asked me, what do you think of Giselle Butcherman, Tom Brady's wife? Do you think she's hot? Yes, I do think she's hot. What if during a WrestleMania, every single wrestler from the match to the main event came out to their matches drunk and stoned as fuck? How would you react? I'd probably be laughing because I think it would be hilarious. I think CM Punk would be hilarious because he would be making a rant like, why are you idiots coming out drunk and high for WrestleMania? Because he's straight edge. Do you think Diamond Dallas Page will ever wrestle again? Nah. I think he's just too busy worrying about helping other WWE, former WWE wrestlers become better people in life. So that's what I think about it. What do you think of Hornswoggle? I missed him when he was called Little Bastard. Not a huge Hornswoggle hater, but not a fan of Hornswoggle. Like, I feel like if Hornswoggle had a junior division, remember when WWE was doing the junior division? I feel he would benefit from that, and it would be kind of cool, but I honestly could care less about Hornswoggle. What are your junk foods? What that you eat daily, and have you gained weight from it? I don't eat really junk foods daily. I have chips on the side sometimes if I'm eating a sandwich for lunch, but they're like those baked healthy chips. Well, they're not really healthy. Nothing's really healthy with chips, but I have gained weight from junk food in the past, but not recently. Recently, I've lost weight, so yeah, that's pretty much it. Next question comes from Awesome Geo1. Hey Chase, can you put my question on your next Q&A, please? Will do. What do you think will happen if at SummerSlam during the Bryan and Cena match, Chris Benoit's music hits, he comes out, KOs the ref and puts Bryan in a crossface, leaves backstage, he is interviewed, and Vince comes and shoots him in the head. Vince McMahon would be put in prison. Chris Benoit's body would be investigated to see how the fuck he stayed alive. Daniel Bryan probably would be like, oh my god, I just got crossfaced by Chris Benoit. John Cena would be like, LOL, still champion. And yeah, that's pretty much what would happen if any of those events happened, buddy. 990U asked me. Wow, I just got the U stuck in my head. What did you think of people like Nacro VMX, who says wrestling fans who are adults or teenagers are retarded because we like wrestling and say it's fake and gay? I just tell them, why do you like the Die Hard movies? Those are fake and gay. It's pretty much my answer to anything. Or why do you like comic books? Those are fake and gay. Because, like, if anyone, this is something I love, I did something that they love, and they try to defend it, I defend what I love. So, pretty much that's what I got to say. So, I think people are idiots. And no, get out of my damn room, dogs. My dogs just love coming in my room when it's open. Next up, what was the worst pain you felt recently? I haven't felt pain recently, buddy. So, kudos to that. Actually, I was trying to pop a pimple once. That hurt. That really did hurt. What was? Oh yeah, I asked him like if I could shorten down this question. He was asking me originally what are my top 20 games, but I said can I just say top 5 because I was just like way too long for me. My top 5 games of all time for me personally. 5 would be Kingdom Hearts 1. And I know so many people know that I love the series, but it's not my favorite game of all time. I do love the series, but it's not my favorite game of all time. Number 4 would be Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Number 3 would be Ratchet and Clank Up Your Arsenals. Yeah, I'm a big Ratchet and Clank fan. Number 2 would be Pokemon Red. And number 1 would be Pokemon Crystal, most likely. Those are my top 5 favorite games of all time. So, if anyone was interested, those are my top 5 favorite games. All right, next questions come from I don't know how to read this one. Chronolo Ranelfo, and he asked me, what do you think of the Great Khali? Waste of potential with the Great Khali. I always felt the Great Khali was great potential, but the WWE fucked up with him because they didn't know that, like, hey, maybe we shouldn't show this guy every fucking week on our TV sets. They just decided, pretty much, hey, let's just, like, shove him down their throats because he's fucking tall. Like, if they use this guy sparingly, this guy would have been fucking awesome because it's like, oh, God, here's that 7'3" giant. And, yeah, that's pretty much it. What do you think of my username? It rhymes. Cornello Ranello, Cornello Ranello, Cornello Ranello. Oh, yeah, it does rhyme. Do you like donuts? And if so, how often do you eat them? I am a donut fan. But I don't eat them like every day. Probably like every once in a while. If I feel like it, I go down to 7-Eleven, go pick up some donuts. That's pretty much how it is. Question for 40 asked me, in your opinion, who are some of the most overrated wrestlers in the IWC and can be from WWE or TNA? Seth Rollins, 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 Seth Rollins. TNA, I don't. Mr. Anderson, I guess, for TNA, because he kind of gets overrated a lot. Yeah, Reigns kind of is overrated. Fandango gets overrated by the IWC sometimes. Yeah, those are really the main people I feel get overrated by the IWC for TNA and WWE standards. So yeah. Oh look, guys, it's everyone's favorite, Leon Pasquanoli. And he asked me, really, why do you mix up your words? Are you stupid or something, boy? I'm sorry, I'm doing a live video and I can't really like think all the time in my head, so the words come out like, boy, I don't see you doing a live video. I don't see you making no videos. Why are you judging my word mix-ups, man? I can bet you if you make a video, it'll be like shitty ass quality. It'll be like, hang on, this is Leon here doing another video. So anyway, guys, I'm feeling not. That's how I see your video, bro. So don't hate my video. Make a video yourself, okay? Make a video yourself. You can see how hard it is. Sometimes you mix up your words. I'm sorry, you mix up your words. It happens. I ain't gonna lie. I mix up my words all the time. Sometimes when I do these videos, it happens. It just happens that way. And he asked me, why do people call me Asian Randy Orton? You're not fucking Asian. That's what he said. You're not fucking Asian, and you look nothing like Orton, so stop it. First of all, dude, you never see me with a shaved fucking head because you're new to this fucking channel, and you're still pissed off over a comment that was so long ago. But I don't know if you know this, moron, but Indonesian is considered fucking Asian, you dumb shit. So if you don't fucking know that, fucking do your research and fucking learn, because I'm fucking Indonesian, you fucking moron. I'm Asian. Just because I don't have beady eyes does not make me not Asian. Yes, I am from a white descent from my dad's side, but my mother is fucking Asian, you moron. Jesus fucking Christ. You are so fucking stupid, Leon. So fucking stupid. Do you not understand? Yeah, I have white fucking skin. I understand that, but not every fucking Asian has these type of eyes. We're allowed to be normal. I don't know if you've seen Indonesians before, but Indonesians don't look always like the little beady eyes. So, way to prove a point. And obviously, you can tell sometimes my eyes are kind of like Asian-y. So, I don't know. And with a shaved head, some people say, hey, you kind of look like Randy Orton. I get that a lot. I get being compared to a lot of different people. So, yeah. I'm sorry if I went hard on you here, Leon, but you really pissed me off. And it's funny because I piss you off too. So it's fun. We get to make fun of each other and we have fun on these Q&As, and it's really funny with your questions. All right, we're getting down to the final stretch of it. Gray Fox asked me, if you had to travel back into one of these decades, 80s, 70s, or 60s, which would you go to and why? And what would you do there for fun since they had internet? They had no internet and shit. I would travel back to the 80s and I would go to every single disco and dance like a fucking moron. And then afterwards, I would hook up with my history teacher. That's what I would do, Miss Blyberg. One love. Hopefully she never sees this. She would be like, wow, that's creepy. And he asked the Stacy Keibler question, and I say maybe she will return to the WWE. And he asked me, what if WWE gave Hornswoggle the World Heavyweight Championship? Like I said, I'm indifferent with Hornswoggle. I could care less what they do with the little maggot. If they gave him the title, it would be freaking hilarious. I would just be laughing my ass off the whole time. People would freak out, but I would be laughing just because a midget's the World Heavyweight Champion. Oh, God. Clarkson440, continuing off his questions. He asked me, do you think Vince McMahon is a racist against the black wrestlers? I think he is. I think he's totally racist against the black wrestlers, 100%. Sometimes I think he is. What do you think of the Xbox One that will be coming out soon? In my opinion, I'm not a fan of it. I'm indifferent about video game consoles. I'm not one of those people that are like, yeah, I'm a PS4 fan. Oh, fuck you, Xbox One. No, I'm Xbox One fan, and fuck you, PS4. I'm indifferent. I'm gonna get the console because most of my friends play Xbox anyways and PS4. Like, it depends on what my friends are getting. My friends are getting Xbox. I'm gonna get Xbox because they're gonna be playing on that, and I want to play with them in COD and stuff. We want to mark it together and stuff like that. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. And the final question in this utter long edition of the Q&A is from Sharora Roar, Haranoi, and he asked me, what do you do when you're pissed off, stressed, that's fucked out? I punch my fucking punching bag until I'm done. That's what I do when I'm pissed off. What if Dan and AJ from the British Fish were doing a live stream and all of a sudden they got into an argument, and they argue a lot, and started to beat the fuck up of each other? How would you react? Oh, I would be like, what the fuck is going on? I would be like, texting Mr. L, like, yo, Dan and NJ are just fucking fighting on their live stream. It is fucking crazy. Holy fucking shit. I'll tweet Dana White being like, two British people fighting, and he probably won't even respond to me. I would just be freaking out. I would just be like, what the fuck is going on? And who I think would win that fight? I think NJ has the upper hand. Just because I think he knows some stuff. I think he's like a secret ninja in real life. So, yeah. Just because I think he knows some stuff, I think he would be able to handle the Mr. Parkins. What were your favorite toys when you were a little kid? I had this Power Ranger Megazord. I loved the Megazord. That was awesome. And let's see. I love the Megazord. I love my Wolverine toy. My Spider-Man toy with the car. That was fucking awesome. And my Anakin Skywalker and Obi-Wan toy where I made them fight. This was like episode 2. So, yeah, I made them fight. It's pretty fucking awesome. Those were my favorite toys. Even though I don't like the Star Wars prequels. But those were my favorite toys when I was little. The Wolverine one was sick, too. Like, the fucking claws were just... And that toy's still in good condition. If I had it, then I would do it. Oh, and my Stone Cold Steve Austin, my Rock toy. They battle for the WWF Championship every single fucking time. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the Q&A, guys. Thank you guys for sending in the questions. Make sure you guys comment down below your thoughts on any of the questions. Sorry if this went a little bit long. I know the Dragon Ball Z talk may have been annoying with you guys, but you guys never really heard me talk about DBZ, so I said why not. The Leon stuff, I know you got really mad at him, but he's a fucking idiot, so I had to call him out on him. I was just like, fuck you, you idiot. Do your fucking research. If you don't know anything about me, fucking at least go back in the fucking past and fucking watch my shit, you fucking dipshit. At least most people have the courtesy to do that shit. But anyways, comment down below your thoughts on the question. Like this video. Just for Harold asking awesome questions. I think he will be the featured question. He has some good questions. But everyone asks some good questions. But I like the Legends of WrestleMania game question a lot because no one really asked me about that game. Everyone asked me about SmackDown versus Raw. But like this video, dislike this video, do whatever you want with this video, share it to your friends. Follow me on Twitter at ChaseOliver68. Alright, I'm out of here, guys. This video is going on way too long. Peace!